Hi! Now, I declared today to be a self-care day. I found that I had just about reached my max, sort of bordering on exhaustion, burnout, that sort of thing. And I think it is from emotional stress from the last events of the last few days, and maybe other stuff from the weeks before, all catching up on me, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't do very much of anything at all, and I do not feel a tiny bit guilty. So first of all, I stayed in bed and had a lie-in and mooched around and didn't do too much in the morning. Went and had a lymphatic drainage massage with a member of staff of mine, which is not necessarily a treat, but she had a gap and it's certainly not stressful, so I did that. And then I took myself out for coffee for one. There's no reason why you can't do that. Had a very nice time. And in the midst of all of this, I actually haven't used the wheelchair today. I've just been using the crutches. It's been a really windy day today, and it was looking a bit grey and rainy earlier. I was considering going for a walk, but I decided not to. I want to do it on a day where it's not quite so volatile, so that if there's any risk of any mishaps happening, they are eliminated, and I don't want them to be weather related. So I'm just going to ask you, when is the last time that you took a self-care day and did just stuff for you and nobody else? I don't think we do that enough, and I think we underestimate the impact of stress on us, and what the stress from our daily lives can do to our health. I can certainly vouch for that when I had spent several hours in ED the other day. And what am I talking about? Well, I had been to you know what the story was. I'd been to the limb centre. My leg had started bleeding heavily. I was taken over to ED against my will, sat there for several hours, and when they finally got to see me, it was still bleeding. They decided to put stitches in it. But through all of that, they have to do the usual checks on you. So they came around eventually and did a blood pressure check. Now, I was horrified at what the reading said. Now, I've never ever had trouble with blood pressure. In fact, it's usually slightly on the low side, and that was the trouble I had when I came out of one of the previous surgeries before I had the amputation, and that's what kept me in HDU. They couldn't keep my blood pressure high enough, probably all the surgery related and all that sort of thing. However, I've certainly never had high blood pressure. I've never had to take blood pressure tablets, ever, and my blood pressure is always in the good range. So nurse did the blood pressure, and my blood pressure that on Monday afternoon when I was in ED was 166 over 102. Now, I couldn't believe it. I was very shocked. Blood pressure, just in case you don't know, is meant to be below 130 and below 85. And mine was 166 instead of 130 and 102 instead of 85. Now, that if you presented to me like that and you were coming in to start personal training, I wouldn't proceed. I would send you straight back to your doctor to get medical check. Now, I knew that the blood pressure was stress related, but I was horrified how high it was just for it being stress related. Did you know that stress can have that much of an impact on your blood pressure? I knew, but when the numbers are attached to you and they're sitting there in front of you, it was quite surprising. So that was why I decided to go for my self-care day today and take the time off, because I think maybe I'm overestimating my expectations of myself. And if you're watching these vlogs, you'll be like, hell yes, Mel, what are you talking about? Of course you are. But I'd rather have high expectations than low expectations. But that blood pressure reading in ED on Monday was a reality check for me. That meant that I needed to take some space and some time out. And that's what I did. So I'm going to challenge you to do exactly the same. The next time you're feeling just a little bit stressed and under the pump, give yourself some time out for you. And go and do something absolutely not stress related. So what did I do as well? The other thing I did, somebody asked me, could the prosthetic leg wear flip-flops, jandals? And one person actually didn't think it was possible because the foot would be moulded. Well, actually it is. So I went and borrowed some flip-flops, jandals, from around the house and took the shoe off my prosthetic leg. And here is what a prosthetic foot looks like with jandals on. No, I wasn't wearing it. I just put it next to my other foot because I thought it looked cool. And I've actually measured the foot on the prosthetic as well against my foot, my other foot, no, my only foot. And it's actually the same size. So that's pretty damn clever, really, because all he did was take my shoe. He didn't measure my foot or anything like that. So now I've just got to take a chill pill for a few days and wait for this incision to heal. Spoken to the doctor, we've got a wee plan, and I think I'll reveal that in another day. Have a lovely evening.